So now that we've set our host name, let's take a look at managing our IP addresses. And I'm going to start with this. I'm going to start with the command to show your IP addresses is IP show. And this will show our existing IP addresses. And so you'll see we have a loopback address here, and then we have our ETH0, number 2, and that identifies the actual interface. So that has been identified by the operating system, ETH0, and that's what we're going to use to manage that interface from now on. So if I want to take down an interface, I can do so using the command sudo IP link set, and then I'm going to use that ETH0, and I'm on a virtual machine, so it's showing me ETH0. On your physical computer, it might show you something very different. That's okay. You're just looking for that value, and that's how you'll reference it. So sudo IP, not up, sudo IP link set ETH0 down, and that will drop my interface. Now, if I do my show our IP address show, you're going to see that ETH0 is currently down, and you'll see that over there in your capital letters close to the end of the line. Now, if I want to bring it back up, it's the same thing. Sudo IP link set ETH0 up. There we go, up. And then when I go to display it, IP address show, it'll show that my interface is back up. And again, you'll see up in capital letters, and you'll see the IP address and all the information related to it. Okay, cool. That'll let me take an interface up and down. But what about configuring it? Okay, on this particular version of Ubuntu Server, we are using something called the Netplan, and that's how we're going to manage IP addresses. So I want to start, let's go to cd/etc/netplan. And this is where our configuration file is going to be. And so you'll see it's there, 00 installer-config.yaml. So I want to nano that. 00, and I'm not going to make any changes to it right now. I just want to walk you through it real quick. YAML. Okay, this is the network config written by Subequity. So my networks, Ethernet's ETH0, you'll see DHCP4 is true, and you'll see our version number is 2. So couple of things I want you to see here is everything is spaced over, and in YAML configuration files, that spacing is critical. If you get that spacing incorrect, it'll give you an error and won't accept the configuration. So fortunately, it gives us a chance to go in and fix it. It doesn't just blow everything up. But be aware that that is absolutely critical. In fact, here I go in by 2 spaces every time. So this is 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces indented. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces indented. So bear in mind that that's really going to matter. Now, I'm going to exit out. And I want to make a backup of this file because I'm going to be going back and forth between my DHCP configuration and my static address configuration. So rather than configuring that file every time, I want to just be able to copy over my correct file. So let's do an LSL again. And then I am going to sudo copy 00-00 installer-config.yaml, and I'm going to copy it to dhcp.bak. Okay, the DHCP is going to remind me that this is from my DHCP configuration, so I can use this anytime I want DHCP, and I want it identified as a BAK, not a YAML, because if I have it as a YAML file, it's going to try to merge all of my YAML files in this folder to get the configuration. So I don't want that. I need it to have a different extension. Now, let me go back and edit this file again. And now we're actually going to change it. So here's what I want to change this to. my DHCP is going to be false. I'm going to space over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And after setting my DHCP to false, I'm going to set my addresses. So 4, 5, 6, there we go. DHCP is set to false, and then I'm doing addresses, colon, and I'm putting this in square brackets. So I can actually do more than one address. I'm going to do 192.168. Let's do 1.10/24 and then close it in square brackets. Now, with it being in square brackets, that means I could have done multiple ones. I could have just separated them by a comma. I want to, whoops, I don't want to tab over. Space over 6 times, and it's gateway 4, and that's going to be 192. My number lock wasn't on. 192.168.1.1. And then a space over again 6 times. I'm going to set my name servers, colon, and then 8 times. I'm going to put addresses, and again, this indicates addresses. This indicates that I can do multiple ones, so I'm going to put them in square brackets. I'm going to make this thing use itself, and let's do 192.168.1.11 as my name server addresses, and then leave my version as 2. So I'm going to Control O to write out, Control X to exit, and then I'm going to try to apply my Netplan. So it's sudo Netplan apply. And that's going to check and see. And if I would have had an error in my YAML config file, it should have given me that error there. So I'm going to do IP address show. And this should show me that I'm now using my static IP address of 192.168.1.10. Okay, perfect. Now, let me go ahead and real quick before I forget. I'm doing LSL, and because I'm going back and forth, I want to copy my current YAML file to a static IP address file. So it's sudo cp00-installer-config.yaml to static.bak. And again, I want it as .bak because I don't want it to merge. All right, so that leaves me with this. Now, let's talk about name resolution, and then we're going to flip addresses back and forth just so you can see how this works. And having these backup files, by the way, it gives you a nice little backup in case you ever need to reference back to it while you're trying to edit your existing files. So anytime you're dealing with a config file, good practice is back up the file first. And then if you need to go back to that backup file, you actually have that option. But here, we're going to be able to flip back and forth between DHCP and static addressing pretty quick. So I want to start by verifying my name server order. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to cat /etc/ns switch.conf. Now, this is a file that's used to identify ns switch. There we go. Here's a file, example configuration of GNU name service switch functionality. And so for each of these, it's going to tell us how we're managing name resolution. So for hosts, it's going to look at files, and then it's going to look at the DNS. So our files are going to be in the /etc hosts file. This is where we list all of our IP addresses and designated names. Now, obviously, we don't want to put a whole lot of things in here. We want to rely on DNS for our name resolution. We do not want to have to put in every single name inside the host file. But a couple of things with that hosts file that do become useful is I can effectively block access to some servers or some sites that I don't want. So I don't want somebody on this to be able to access. So I can put in a host file entry with a phony IP address or a loopback address, and then anytime somebody tries to access that, it'll give the wrong name and they won't be able to access it. But for most of it, I want it to go through the DNS. And that DNS we're going to be able to track using the system.d tool. So here's our command. It's systemd dash resolve dash dash status. And this is going to show me a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to just pipe this to grep. And I want to look for DNS /space servers or server. And this is going to show me what my current DNS servers are. Okay, cool. So I have now verified my IP address and my DNS resolution. Now, let's say I want to switch this back over to a DHCP assigned address. Now, the reason I'm doing this, by the way, let me just clarify. I am doing this because this is a test system, and in some instances, I'm going to want DHCP, or I'm going to want DHCP assigned addresses. For example, if I'm trying to connect to the internet and download something, I want a DHCP assigned address. The other thing is, if when I'm running a DHCP server, I want to be careful that I don't have a DHCP assigned address. I need a static IP address for my DHCP server. So when I demo that, I'm going to want to be able to go back to that static address. So that's why we're doing this, just so you know. Okay, so let me clear my screen. ls-l, and I'm going to sudo copy dhcp.back over 00-installer-config.yaml. There we go. And then I want to do sudo netplan apply. And this should switch us back over to that DHCP assigned address. Now we're going to verify this works. We're going to do IP address show, and it should show us we have a 139 or 134.39 address, which looks great. Then I also want to verify that my DNS servers are correct and not the statically assigned ones that I had. So I'm going to do systemd dash resolve, pipe that to grep DNS /server. And whoops, forgot to tell it to look for the status. So systemd-resolve-status will show the status of our resolver, and then we want that to be passed to grep to look for the DNS server. And here is my DNS server, which is the right one for the network that I'm on. Okay, there we go. Now, I realize I went by pretty quick. So, couple of things that I am going to really, really recommend that you do. Number one, make a backup of those YAML files, those YAML files, and any config file. But this one especially because it's so easy to screw up the spacing in that YAML file. Let me go ahead and pull this back up again. Sudo nano 00-installer-config.yaml, and yours might look differently than mine as well. By the way, it might have a different name, so keep an eye out for that. Do that, pull a directory listing of that /etc/netplan folder first. Okay, so make a backup copy of it. Always double check your syntax, because if anything is just a little bit off, the Netplan is going to have issues with it. So double check all of that, and then it's just trial and error until you start getting used to it. So it might mean that you have to go back through 2 or 3 times and edit the file until you get it exactly right, and the Netplan is okay with it. It might mean counting spaces, double checking syntax, but once you get it there, it actually works pretty slick. And then keep those backup files so you can restore them and flip back and forth between configs if you ever need to, or just keep a known good backup that you can reference back to later if you need to. All right, there we go. We have successfully configured IP on our IP addressing on our Ubuntu server.